I'm watching a Long Way Up, the third one with Ewan McGregor and Charlie Boorman. They got the electric bikes in. You know the things that make me cry the most in TV shows? Still the scene at the beginning of the Wonder Woman movies where she's a little girl who just wants to prove herself. But here, they visit places with UNICEF, and UNICEF is UN related. It's pretty corrupt. It's pretty much you got to fit in this way. You got to pay your dues this way. You got to by the time you do this, starting at your age, you're dead before you get a chance to be of service to in the right ways, because it's not always in the right ways. But for me, what triggers the tears is just there's so many kids that need help, all sorts of different kinds of help that I wish I could give them, and I can't because I'm poor, I'm not there. The adults that don't understand they're part of the problems create barriers. So wanting to travel to another place where there's less barriers to be of service to children and seeing their faces appreciate it and their eyes light up, something that I can do here, I've done here, working here with kids. But man, the barriers that the adults put in place that are getting worse, not just for me. There's a lot of people that would do a better job than the people that already have the jobs, and they have to go through these barriers too. It's a decline, and it frustrates me, and it makes me have zero respect for the colleagues that I would be working with. So to go somewhere else again to be of service, which is one of the most meaningful tear jerkers in my life, to see children. There's this kid in Africa that approached me when I was walking in this poor village. And I knew he didn't really want money. He wanted an education. And I could tell that there was this difference. Probably part of his mind associated money to education, but I wish I would have seen him a second time. I just told him, I said, talk to your mom about ideas, about how I can help as a person that is as poor as you, but that has a lot of education to pass on. A lot of learnings, a lot of lessons, and the patience and the skill sets to do it well with them, with kids that want to learn, and pretty much all kids want to learn. And I didn't see him again, and it's sad. I was hoping to bump into him again in the time I was around there. But all the kids I had to leave behind like this, that knew this is not a regular adult, this is an adult I can trust, this is an adult that cares, this is an adult that thinks and speaks different and empowers me and appreciates me and listens to me. And their eyes light up, and all they want to do is make me proud of them, and they do, just by being them, not becoming domesticates, but becoming the individuals that they are meant to and choose to be. It's insane, this proto-society that people think is a great place to come to, that's on the decline, and that everybody kind of observes it as if they're not the poison of it, and just don't care. Yeah, a lot of places I've seen in Africa and in the South America, Central America series they are on the rise of improving. Like, it could be that years ago, very recently, kids couldn't walk in the streets without being recruited in gangs to fight against each other or to do things that, I don't know any country that has trauma services that could heal a kid once that happens, because coming back from trauma is a lot of care and concern from human beings that somebody would need, and I don't know where these communities exist. And some are getting better. Partly it's through UNICEF, but partly it's a shift, right? It's a shift that there's been persistence, and the people there applied it, applied living life in a different way. with less fear, but with learning skill sets to stay safe and to get art in there, get music in there, get culture in there. We're losing this here. The drug war is winning here, and we consider ourselves a more developed country than some of these places in Central or South America or Africa. Come on.